Okay everybody, this is going to be my review on the ShengShou 4x4 version 3. This has become my favorite 4x4. I think it is way better than anything that's out there. I haven't tried the version 1. I have tried the version 2, and my only complaint with the version 2 is that the caps fall off. And if you know anything about ShengShou cubes, for the 4x4 at least, the caps are on the side. So there's caps that are on the side and not on the inside, like other cubes. Let's see if I can get a close-up and demonstrate this. Okay, so as you can see, here's the corner of the cube, and you can see that line that goes right down there, and that is actually a cap. Let's see if I can actually pop that off. And no, I can't pop it off, and I didn't think I would be able to anyways. Maybe it's glued in there, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just really tightly fit in there. So, but the ShengShou 4x4 version 2, that was the main problem. I would move it around like this and the caps would just fall right off, and I didn't like it ever since that. I didn't even bother gluing them in. I might glue them in because the turning on the 2 is very good as well. However, the 3x3 is very, very smooth. Nothing ever pops off of it. This cube can't pop from what I've known. Like, I read online after I got it actually that it cannot pop because I never had it pop on me, so I wanted to know why, and I haven't been able to open it up yet. I haven't opened this up yet, but I'm going to. So you're going to see the internals of this cube today, and hopefully you like the video. So my first impressions when I got this cube was, wow, it is very, very smooth. And a lot of people, like the ShengShou 5x5 for instance, it didn't really live up to first impressions. However, this cube to me totally does, and it keeps getting better and better and better the more I break it in. And it's not very sharp on the edges here. It's actually quite rounded, and that's sort of like a ShengShou trademark from what I can see. It kind of has a shiny look to it. As you can see, I move it around the light here, and you can kind of see the cube shines a lot. And I think it's got a little bit smaller stickers for its cubey size compared to a lot of other cubes. I like this cube. It's quite small. I'll compare it to an ShengShou 4. This one, as you can see, has textured tiles on it though, and it does look great with textured tiles. I might do that with this one, I'm not sure. But as you can see, it is just slightly bigger than an ShengShou 4. I do like the small size of an ShengShou. But as you can see, like with this one, like this one is really good. Like it cuts corners good, and it moves really good. It doesn't come out of alignment, but it's got this really crispy feeling to it, and it's still a really, really great cube. Don't get me wrong. This one just seems to glide a lot better though. And I got 2 of these, and I thought they were the best, and I'm probably going to be buying another one of these. So the turning is super, super smooth. I've never really checked for corner cutting, so let's just take a look. Let's go from line to line, and it cuts line to line, no problem. Let's try this way, line to line. Yep, it cuts. It's a pretty good cube. Let's try the center, line to line. You gotta force it a little bit, but we usually don't cut through the center. I've mentioned that in a few of my videos. A lot of people, they show the demonstration of cutting through the center like I am now, but we never really cut through the center that much, right? So yeah, the stickers on this cube are really good as well. I think in a couple of spots it started to peel a little bit, or maybe I'm wrong here. I seem to remember there's a little tiny chip right there. Nothing special. I mean, the stickers are pretty good quality. I keep talking about getting tiles for it. As you can see, like tiles are really, really cool. Like they've got this texture to them, and they never ever wear out. Like they don't chip, they don't wear out. They do get a little bit dirty around the edges sometimes, but you only really notice that on white cubes. And I don't know if I'm going to do this because since I started getting into the Diane Zanchi cubes, I've really been liking the feeling of stickers. More so the CubeSmith stickers, they just seem to have this grip to them. So I might get actual CubeSmith stickers for this. This is my main cube now for 4x4. It's amazing. I absolutely love it. And I can't pop it. It's never been popped before. In fact, at a recent cube meet, I have a friend named AJ from there, and he didn't believe me, I guess, and so he wanted to see if he could pop it, and so he tried really hard, because a lot of the time with pops, pops usually only occur, in fact they do only occur when you're cutting corners a lot and pieces pop out. So, but not so much corner cutting this way, but reverse corner cutting. That's what really gets pieces to pop out. And he was reefing on this thing. I was like, whoa, don't break it. But he didn't break it, and it's a very strong cube, because he was actually giving it quite a lot of force, and I wouldn't have been mad if he did anyways. I told him to, so. But yeah, it just cannot break, cannot pop pieces. And I'm not sure as to why it's unpoppable yet, but I will, because I will be taking it apart in a few moments. Actually, let's do that right now. So I'm going to see if I can take it apart. I've tried before and I couldn't. And like any other 4x4, you can go like this, and I just cannot take a piece out. And doing it like this, like on a Rubik's or something like that, you can't. So I'm not exactly sure. Let me just try twisting it like a Diane. There we go. Okay. All right. So now you can see that with these pieces here, they've got these little winged edges, and that's probably what stops them from coming out. And now I can also see why it is so smooth as well, because you see these little rivets in the top? That allows for air to go in between pieces, and so the only real contact points are these little ribbed pieces here. So let's get that out. Let's see if we can get another piece out. And this is a typical ShengShou type of thing as well, is this little piece right here. I'm not sure what that does, or does it stop it from popping? I don't know. Do you? Leave a comment. So let's get another one of these edges out. Oh, that corner came out really easy. So that's just a regular corner stock here. And again, like, this is very V-cube like, as you can tell, right? It's not an exact rip-off of their V-cube patent, but it's using the V-cube design. And ShengShou is very good at taking ideas from a few different cubes and making one instead of coming up with their own. But that's okay, because they make fine products, in my opinion. All right, so there we have a whole piece, a whole corner taken out, and you can see that, yeah, it does resemble V-cube. It's got this piece and then these little wing pieces, and I'm probably going to regret taking this whole thing apart, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. Now it's coming apart a whole lot easier. There we go. Okay, so I'm probably going to regret this. Where is the piece? Okay, so here are the two pieces that sit together. I guess they sit together like this inside, and that is those pieces right there. So those sit there like that. It's sort of like a V-cube. It's totally a V-cube mech. What am I talking about? So let's just get this thing unassembled for the first half. Oh wow, I was gonna try to take this one off, but as you can see, it doesn't come off. It's stuck on there. So let's just take it all apart. Okay, so this is very interesting, the core here. As you can see, this top piece, these are stuck on. Like, I'm sure you've all seen the V-Cube 6 mod that Me, Myself, and Pi does. Well, in his, he takes two of these pieces and he glues them on like that. So this is what they've done so far, but here I can see they've added some pieces. So the core, which is right here, it's got these weird pieces that I guess these things fit into. Let's see if I can get this in. I can see this is going to be quite the challenge to put back together, and they sit in there just like this. Focus, please. There we go. And as you can see, it sits in there, and I'm pretty sure that helps it keep itself in alignment. Now, as far as what these little pieces that I saw here were for, I can't really understand exactly how those work, but I'm sure I will as I put it together. So that is the inner mechanism. I'm actually quite surprised by that. Anyways, so I'm going to assemble this thing and then I will come back for my final thoughts. Okay, so I just wanted to point out here while I'm assembling this how these little edge pieces stay in without popping. And as you can see, it fits inside there. So let's put it in there. Now, as you can see how it fits in, it's actually behind this piece and this piece. So as you can see, I hope you can see that. That's how it goes in, and that's why this doesn't pop. Just wanted to let you guys know. All right, so I've got my cube back together now. It wasn't difficult to put back together. A lot of people do find it difficult, but I've modified a V-Cube 6 and taken my V-Cubes apart so much that it became very, very easy. And because it's based on a V-Cube mech, it was actually pretty simple for me to do. However, a couple of the pieces were a little bit more difficult to put in. You have to kind of put things in order on this one, where on a V-Cube 6, you can put the inside pieces, I mean like those little inside pieces, you got to kind of put them in an order on this one. It took me a little bit to figure out a very easy way to do it, but I did. And so yeah, it's not that bad. Now I know why it doesn't pop. Still a very, very good cube. In fact, as most of you saw, I put out a video on the Master Morphics, and I said I was going to be getting a 4x4 one made, and they are custom made, and I'm actually going to have it made out of this. Now, he does make them out of Rubik's brand, but we all know how well those are. So I'm actually going to have one made out of this. It is going to be a little bit smaller, as you can see, compared to a Rubik's brand. The ShengShou is quite smaller. And here I also have a QJ. You can see that too, but I think QJ and Rubik's are the same size. Yeah, they are. So that is my review on the ShengShou 4 version 3. I highly recommend getting this cube. It's cheap, it's very good, it fits in the hand nicely. It's not sharp on the edges at all, whereas like you can see on a X cube. See how sharp that is compared to this? Anyways, so yeah, it's very easy to handle. I highly recommend getting it, and I hope you really enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.